So we're going to continue talking about the 3 weeks. So we got some more things to discuss. So, a lot of people always ask these questions during the 3 weeks. Are you allowed to, let's say, go to vacation, or things like this? Some people, there are some half rabbis, what's a half rabbi? He's almost a rabbi, but he's not really a rabbi. There are some half rabbis who tell people, don't go to vacation, during the 3 weeks, or on the 9 days. The truth is, there's no halacha like this, so people should make up, some new things that, the Chazal, the rabbis never said these kinds of things. Why make up all kinds of things? We have enough problems as it is, don't make more problems for people, you know what I mean? Why make more problems? So if a person wants to go to vacation, he wants to go to a hotel or something, whatever, he wants to spend like a couple weeks over there, he's tired, he's working all year, whatever it is, right? He wants to take a summer. There's no problem to go during the 3 weeks to vacation. There's no, there's no prohibition, there's no issue with that.
Hold it out too?
I'm sorry?
Hold it out too?
Yeah, of course, yeah. No, what's the problem, I have to tell you the truth. What about Tisha B'Av? Sometimes a person needs to fly on Tisha B'Av, take a flight. You're allowed to, there's no why. Who says, well, you're not allowed to fly on Tisha B'Av if you need it? If you don't need it, okay, better not to, of course, but if you have no choice, you know what I mean? And you've got to fly on Tisha B'Av. What, there's, the Chazal said, don't fly on Tisha B'Av? They never said such a thing like this, So, there's no problem if you really need to. But if you don't need to, of course, it's not the proper time to be flying around on Tisha B'Av. Because you should be concentrating more, on the Avelut, you know what I mean? That's for sure. But even Tisha, but if it's not Tisha B'Av, just, the other days, before, right, after Rosh Chodesh Av, there's no problem to fly somewhere, to go somewhere, take a vacation. You can go to Florida if you want to go upstate, wherever you want to go, right? Who says anything about this? So what, not allowed to go to vacation? The rabbis never made such decrees like this, So no, if people tell you, don't do it, listen, you tell them, you don't want to do it, that's your business. I mean, I want to go. What's it to you? There's no halacha like this,
Feeling.
Yeah, feeling. You're right. There's a feeling. I also feel it, I feel it also, I prefer not to, you know what I mean? But but let's say a person, some people, they don't have any other time, to go. They only have this time, So for them, it's either this or nothing. So why not? What's the problem? Take a little rest, go to a hotel. What? Somebody said it's not allowed to be in a hotel? What? On these days? No such a thing like that. Or to fly on a plane. Something interesting, right? That that the minhag is on Tisha B'Av that we sit on the floor, especially when we do keynote, and we do the prayers and these kinds of things, right? We sit on the floor. So now, let me ask you a question, right? If you take a bus, right, or you take you drive a car, right? Well, you're going to sit on the floor of the bus? So that's not really an obligation, to sit on the floor when you're driving in the bus, when you're riding in the bus. No such a thing like that, There's only when you're doing keynote and you're sitting in your home. That's something else. We're not talking about that. But otherwise, it's just a minhag, by the way, to sit on the floor. This is not something that the rabbis decreed, or it's not something, which is from the Torah for sure, right? It's not like real avelut, Real avelut, it's, that's a different thing. It's stronger. So that's a different thing. The truth is, right, all these things, they're din avelut they have, Tisha B'Av and Ben HaMetzarim. But here's the thing, that it's not regular avelut, this avelut. What's the difference between avelut, lo aleinu, when somebody dies, right? Or this avelut? What's the difference? The difference is, we call this avelut yeshana. It's old avelut, from 2,000 years ago. You know what I mean? So it's not the same thing as somebody lo aleinu that he passed away now. That's new avelut. That's much stronger. That's a different thing altogether. So you can't compare one with the other. The avelut of the churban, right, is not as strong as the avelut for somebody who passed away lo aleinu, right, some relative or whatever it is, right? It's not the same thing. The first day of avelut, when somebody passes away, right, whether it's a parent or whatever it is, it's from the Torah. All the laws over there, from the Torah. But the rest is the whole week, the Shiva is from the rabbis, not from the Torah. And also the 30 days, Shloshim, it's a minhag. So only the first day is really from the Torah. The first day of avelut, But here, this is the old avelut, 2,000 years ago. So we don't have anything from the Torah. This is all minhagim, it's all, customs, things like this, right? And the rabbis also decreed some things, they decreed. A person has to be careful about these things. So that's the thing, so you have to know what's allowed, what's not allowed, right? They say, by the way, it's something interesting, that the 3 weeks, Ben HaMetzarim, how many days is it, right? 21 days, right? 3 weeks, 21 days, right? That's what we have, right? So they say that these days are destined, in the future, they're going to be all holidays, right? The Chagim. So what does that mean? We have now, right, we have holidays. We have Sukkot, we have Pesach, right? We have Shavuot, and we have Hanukkah, right? And we have Purim, right? All these things. So they say instead of these holidays, in the future, it's going to be this time only holidays. That's it. This is going to be the time of the holidays. So those days are the same amount of days, as this. So this is going to come and take the place of the old holidays. This is going to be now the new holiday. The Ben HaMetzarim. Why is this time going to be holiday, in the future, when Mashiach comes? Why? What's the reason why? Good question, right? So the answer is, they say that once we understand, why HaKadosh Baruch Hu did this to us, to make us do the Avelut and all the bad things that happen, during this time, once we understand the reason, once we understand the benefit that it gave us, we're going to be so happy, we're going to want to make a holiday out of it. Now we're sad, we're thinking, it's hard, it's difficult, it's hard to keep all these minhagim. But in the future, once we know, because what does that mean? It means like this, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the reason why he gave us these avelut and these minhagim is to save us from something worse, If we don't keep these things, something worse may happen, So once we understand that, in the future, we're going to understand that HaKadosh Baruch Hu saved us from all kinds of bad things by keeping these minhagim. So then we're going to be so happy and we're going to want to celebrate. That's why it's going to become the Chagim. So the Chagim of the future is going to be Ben HaMetzarim, right? Tisha B'Av, Yud Zayin Tammuz, and all those days in between. It's an incredible thing, if you really think about it. It's really ironic, whatever. But that's the way it's going to be. Something interesting, by the way, regarding the future, the Geulah that we're seeing, right? Baruch Hashem, we're seeing the little drops of the Geulah coming, We're seeing, right? All kinds of things are happening. Today also there was something. Go check the news and you'll see, right? What happened today, right? Every day there's something new. Every day, right? It's something new going on. So these are like little drops of the Geulah coming, It says in the Zohar HaKadosh, by the way, that the Geulah, the Atid Lavo, when the HaKadosh Baruch Hu saves us in the future, when Mashiach comes, it's not going to come like very fast, It's going to come slowly, Open up a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. That's what we're seeing now, We're seeing a little bit, a little bit opening, but it's not open all the way, So we're waiting, we're waiting. Okay, when is it going to come on? Open a little bit more. Let's go. We want to go to Rabbi, we want to go over there and pray, right? Now it's not allowed to go up there, Even though there are some people going up there, not allowed to go up there, Rabbi. You can go to the Kotel, but Rabbi, no, it's karet, right over there. You go up there, karet. Right? It's not allowed. There are some crazy people, who now start to go to Harabait. Not allowed to do that. It's one step at a time. You know what I mean? You can't go too fast. HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't want so fast like that. So take your time, But they say something interesting, that regarding the Geulah, there's going to be also, Goalim, right? These saviors, that are going to come and save the Jewish people, Moshi'im. Ve'alu Moshi'im, right? V'had Zion, Lishpot et Ha'esav, So it says in Zohar Kadosh, who are going to be these Moshi'im? Who are going to be the ones who are going to come and save us? There's going to be a few of them. We know Mashiach, right? Ben David. He's the big one, right? The main one, right? The final one. That's the final redemption. But before that also, there's going to be some other things also. They say, right? What does that mean? There's going to be, first, they say, Mashiach ben Yosef, right? So, where does he come from, Mashiach ben Yosef? He comes from Ephraim, not from Menashe. Right? There's two sons of Yosef, Ephraim and Menashe. He comes from Ephraim. Why Ephraim and not Menashe? What's the reason why? Because Ephraim is the leader, of Yosef. He's the bigger one. He's the right. That's why Yaakov Avinu he blessed Ephraim, as the leader, and then Menashe. Right? He crossed his hands, right, like this. So Ephraim is the bigger one. Why is Ephraim bigger than Menashe? What's the reason why? Well, they're both from Yosef. So it says right in the Mefarshim, I saw, they say that Ephraim is better than Menashe. He's superior. You know why? Because Menashe is lots of dinim over there, very harsh dinim, strong din. But Ephraim, he has also chesed in there, chesed and din. So he's going to make the wars against the goyim, make dinim on them, but with the Jews he's going to be kind, and gentle, chesed. So he has both these qualities, But it says in the Zohar Kadosh that there's also going to be a Mashiach from Menashe also. Can you imagine? Before Mashiach ben Yosef comes from Ephraim, there's going to be also one from Menashe. There's going to be a few of them, like this, Just like you see in the Bible, right? In the Tanakh, you see the Shoftim, one came after the other, right? This one came, and then this one saved Am Yisrael, and then this one came, Shimshon, right? And whatever. So, right, Yaakov Avinu said, when he saw, when he blessed Shimshon, right? Parshat, right, when he blessed, right, so I'll tell you why I say Shimshon. When he blessed Dan, right, they say he saw Shimshon, and he blessed, he saw that Shimshon was going to save the Jewish people. But the truth is, that they say in the Zohar Kadosh, he also saw somebody else coming from Dan. After Shimshon, who's this? Another savior, another Moshiach. So they say, right, it's going to be that somebody called, it says in the Zohar Kadosh, his name is Seraya. Who is Seraya? Who is this guy? He's going to be a big savior, a big general, right? General. He's going to fight the wars. So they say he's going to be the general of Mashiach ben Yosef, and he's going to fight the wars against the enemies, the Jewish people. So that's when Yaakov Avinu said, Lishuatcha kiviti Hashem, right? You remember that necklace you showed me? My friend over there, right? That's what it says there. So Yaakov Avinu, when he said that pasuk, who was he thinking about? He was thinking about Seraya, who's going to be the savior, right? With Mashiach ben Yosef together. He's going to fight the wars against the enemies of the Jewish people. That's Mashiach ben Yosef together with his general, right? With his chief of staff, right? Ramatkal, like we have today, the chief of staff. So that's one thing. So we have one Mashiach from Menashe, right? Then we have Mashiach ben Yosef, and we have the Seraya from Shevet Dan. That all these people are going to come and save the Jewish people, little by little. It's going to go like this, Another thing, we'll finish over here. I don't want to take too long. But they say also another thing, it says in Zohar Kadosh, in Parshat Vayichi. It says over there that there's going to be also Shevet Reuven, So that's interesting, right? What's the story with the Shevet Reuven, When Yaakov Avinu blessed Reuven, what did he tell him? He said, listen, you were supposed to be everything, you're my Bechor. You're the firstborn. You were supposed to be the Melech, the Kohen Gadol, right? And also the Bechor, supposed to take everything. But you lost everything, because the way you behaved. Don't behave properly. What was the problem? What was the problem with his behavior? Right, anger, Kaas, he was angry, got angry, lost his temper, So you see how bad anger is, Because of anger, he lost everything. He lost the Malchut, he lost the Kehunah, he lost the Bechorah, everything lost. Right? Because it's Kaas, Right? So, but what happened is like this. So it says in Zohar Kadosh that Yaakov Avinu also was thinking about the future. So what does that mean? That there's going to be a time where the Bnei Reuven, it says in the Zohar Kadosh like this, incredible, right? They're going to make wars against all the enemies of the Jewish people, all the Goyim, around. And they're going to conquer them, go everywhere, all over the world, and conquer all the nations. The Bnei Reuven. And they're gonna be, the Goyim are gonna be shivering from them, trembling, like this, They're gonna be so scared when they're gonna go and fight with them. The Bnei Reuven are gonna conquer the whole world. Can you imagine such a thing like this? Just one Shevet, just one tribe.
Right now we cannot find it on the map.
We have to, we need Eliyahu Navi to identify everybody, right? Which tribe, which Shevet comes from this, right? Whatever. But here's the thing, right? That the Bnei Reuven, they're gonna be so successful. They're going to have a big, Yeshua from them coming. And so the Goyim are going to ask them, it says in Zohar Kadosh, they're going to ask the Bnei Reuven, are you, making the Malchut? Right? You're going to be the Melachim? In Am Yisrael? You're going to be the Melech? But it says in Zohar Kadosh, in the end, he's not going to get any Malchut, right, in the end. Why is that? Because Mashiach ben David, he's going to get the Malchut, That's going to be in the time, this Bnei Reuven, this story, is going to be in the time of Mashiach ben David. They're going to go and make the wars. It says in the Zohar Kadosh, the Ramak says, Rabbi Moshe Kerlovero, he says they're going to try, the Bnei Reuven, to take the Malchut away from Mashiach ben David. They're going to be so successful, so strong. But Hashem is going to say, no, excuse me. Mashiach ben David, that's not your place, Okay, now give him the Malchut, don't be a wise guy. That's the way it's going to be. Understand? So, Bnei Reuven, that's what Yaakov Avinu blessed him. He says, you know what, you were supposed to be everything. But he says, Yaakov Avinu tells him, in the end, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. So what does that mean? When the final Yeshua comes, You're going to conquer the whole world. But in the end, the malchut you're not going to get. This has been Eroven. HaKadosh Baruch Hu should give us all these yeshua b'ez Hashem. Bin harav yamenu, amen v'amen. Rabbi Hananiah ben Kashomer, that's HaKadosh Baruch Hu Israel. Leficha chilban lahem Torah mitzvah shalom, chafetz leman tzidko yagdil Torah v'yadir.